She would become a millionairess at 21, but throw it all away to chase a dream that began at 5. Her story began in El Centro, California, where little Sherilyn Circassian, destined to be known to the world as Cher, watched her parents separate and divorce. Cher and her mom lived in many homes across the valley, but it's here she recalls her happiest childhood memories.
I used to write little sketches for my sister and I, and then we would hang like blankets around and make a little stage and make my mother sit there and watch us. I'm sure it was boring, but she laughed like crazy. When I was about 5 years old, I think, I went to see Dumbo. And that was like the first time I ever thought, whatever is inside this dark room is really what's happening. I don't care that much for what's outside, but inside it's great. So I thought, that's what I'm going to be.
She was a rebellious teen with a record of run-ins with the police, auto wrecks, and something only now she can laugh about with Mom, a night in jail for car theft.
We drove around the block, and then everyone said, oh, let's go get something to drink. Let's go do something. Let's just keep driving. And so we did, and he reported the car stolen, and they picked us up at I think it was a drive-in called Johnny's. I don't think it's there anymore. And we got taken to jail.
And scared me to death. I said, my daughter, are you sure? Yes.
I got into a lot of trouble.
And if Cher hadn't gotten famous, she knows exactly what she would have become.
A bank robber. Because I think that, you know, energy is energy. You either direct it in one way or another. And I think that I always had so much I wanted to get out. If I couldn't have done it in a positive way, I think I probably would have done it in a negative way.
For the first time ever, she pinpoints the source of her teen troubles.
I quit school after the 10th grade. I didn't really start learning until after I quit school. I had a real problem. I was dyslexic, except at that time no one really knew it, you know. I mean, that's a long time ago. I didn't really start to learn and really enjoy reading until I left school.
But she had no problem projecting her own personality at the MONTCLAIR prep school in California, where the principal recalls a girl who was always one trend ahead of the others.
She designed a lot of her own clothes at the time, which was sort of different. And in those days, most schools had very strict dress codes, and she didn't always fit in the dress code. And she was sent home several times, or at least one time I remember, by her girls' vice principal for wearing the bell bottoms and the midriff, which she became famous for a few years later.
That flamboyant clothing would become her trademark. But back then, she admits they masked an adolescent insecurity that she was too skinny and too dark. But that all changed when she was elected homecoming princess and started dating a mystery man.
Rumors were she was dating Sonny at that time. And it was about the time that shortly after that, they teamed up. And so she, I think, was seeing him outside of school, and he was a little older than she was. But she was very active in school events. She was in several of the plays and sang in a trio with several other girls, and they had very close harmony.
Cher and her trio wound up in a recording studio where, quite by chance, she stood in as backup singer for the Ronettes. Her face was never seen, but her big voice was heard by that special friend, studio drummer Salvatore Bono, whom everyone called Sonny. They became Caesar and Cleo, hit the nightclub circuit, then burst onto the pop scene in beads and buckskin in 1965 with a hit single.
Well, that's true, 'cause you got me, baby, I got you.
The money and attention was intoxicating, and America's favorite couple basked in the spotlight of hit songs, a television series, and even a movie. But with all this, something was still missing in her life. And when Sonny and Cher broke up personally and professionally, she put her solo singing career on hold to become an actress. Her Broadway premiere was spotted by director Mike Nichols, who cast her in Oscar-nominated Silkwood, then followed the starring role in Mask.
I miss you. And you're away at camp. You're not in your room. And I miss you, and I'm sorry that I was bad, and I love you. Love Mom, with a little kiss. Have you got that, darling?
For Cher, proof positive of her final acceptance as a serious actress came when she joined Katharine Hepburn and Meryl Streep as Harvard's Hasty Pudding Woman of the Year.
I don't know what the other recipients did with their pots, but I'm going to make an earring out of mine. I don't think it's too busy.
The applause is Cher's confirmation that she really can say, "It sure was me, babe."
I think I'll always do everything I'm afraid of because I'm afraid of everything. If I didn't do all the things I was afraid of, I wouldn't have done anything.
Thank you again for being with us.